how's it going, everybody? Taff coming with another Taff's Word. Very few and far between at the moment, I know, but don't worry, there may be a few more coming back. For those of you who would have just watched, well, some of you would have just watched my update on the gaming series that we're currently doing. Yeah, it is me that's doing them, of course. They're not going to be happening anymore due to a personal relocation. Obviously, me moving house, to put it simple. I'm not going to have the use of the computer that I'm currently using to do it. So it's going to be mainly me recording me, unfortunately. But yeah, this is Taff's Word as per usual, and hopefully, yeah, you're going to see a few more now. We're going to move straight on to the subject based on the title, relegation form, which at the moment, 1 win in 14 is definitely relegation form, and particularly bad relegation form, the kind of form that we've been used to the last 2 years, the kind of form we wanted to leave behind. I know in the grand scale of things, a lot of people are saying, yeah, but at the end of the day, we've progressed as a football club. And yeah, we have. The cup run was great. The start of the season was magnificent. I mean, we were playing great stuff. We were winning games, trips away, where we were winning, and they were great. I mean, some great trips. But ever since Christmas, really, well, no, if anything, no, the new year started really well, because a lot of people are saying since Christmas our form has been bad, but we won our first 3 games of 2018, so you can pretty much say that since the whole Tottenham thing, since we beat Leeds, if anything, that's where things have started going wrong. We drew 1-1 disappointingly against Morecambe just before we played Tottenham. We drew 1-1 with them, and since then, it's been loss after loss, near enough. We stopped the rot when we played at home against Notts County, but that was only to get a few draws. And we've drawn some games. We've only won 1 game since that 1-1 with Morecambe. I think that's absolutely diabolical, because it is bad form. It's the worst form. If anything, we could possibly be bottom of the form table right now. If you look at it from 2018, even Barnet have won more games than us, and that's saying something, really, isn't it? So, a lot of people coming down on the manager for that. I mean, as always, the buck stops with the manager. That's something that is, the norm anyway in football. It's the manager that is the one that ends up losing their job. Players don't get fired in the middle of the season. It's the manager. But the players have got to perform for him on the pitch, and at the moment, our players aren't performing for him on the pitch. There's a lot of players who think they've coasted through, they've sort of coasted through the season. Well, not a lot of players. I think there's a few who have coasted through the season and, maybe already on the beach, even though we're only at the beginning of April. Already thinking of other clubs that they're going to be moving on to. I don't know. I mean, I think we miss Labardi, definitely. We haven't seen the best from Sheehan yet, although I think the best is yet to come from him next year. Newbley isn't performing anywhere near the kind of standard you'd expect an ex-Premier League player in League 2 to be performing. And there's a few of them who are letting themselves down a little bit. I mean, Matt Dolan's set-piece play has been nothing, since, the free kicks that he scored against Carlisle, for example, the kind of balls in the box that end up winning the game in stoppage time against Cambridge. Matt Dolan's free kicks aren't doing it for anybody right now. Certainly not Newport County. Josh Sheehan, like I say, still to see the best in him, but he's capable from a free kick. Why is he not taking more? Mika Demetriou is more than capable from a free kick. His set pieces, were part of what saved us last year. Why isn't he taking any free kicks now? Again with Demetriou, you've got a killer left foot strike. Why isn't he being ushered into striking positions from outside the area? So I think he's always back in defence, or he's in the box trying to win the header. Fair play, he wins his fair share of headers, but we also need his left foot as well as his head to get goals. He could be the highest goal scoring defender of all time if we utilise him to his strengths completely. Joe Day, absolutely love Joe to bits, lovely bloke. And 9 times out of 10 he has a good game for us. But when he has a bad game, that 1 game out of 10, when he has a bad game, he's shocking. Yesterday he was all over the place. I don't know what what was going on in his head a lot of the time. But I think if you're not being pushed for your starting place, you know, it's very unlikely we're going to get the absolute ultimate best out of him. James Bittner, he's a coach now. He's beyond his playing days. I mean, nothing against him. He can still be a goalkeeper, but not a Football League goalkeeper. Not now, not anymore. But no, at the moment, there's nothing that's pushing Joe Day to perform to his capabilities to keep his starting 11 spot. There's no hungry young goalkeeper, you know, chomping at the bit, waiting for his opportunity. Because when you get that, that's when you're going to get the best out of your goalkeeper. If there's no decent backup waiting to come in, you're not going to get the best out of him. I mean, you look at Liverpool now. Loris Karius, he's brilliant at the moment. The last few games he's been excellent, made some great saves, commanding his area better, and you got a goalkeeper like Simon Mignolet sitting on the bench waiting for him to cock up so he gets his chance. So Karius is on his toes. He's performing to his absolute maximum right now to keep that starting spot because he knows Mignolet is there waiting. You tend to find that with a lot of clubs. I mean, obviously, Chelsea, Petr Cech had Begovic, Courtois had Begovic waiting in the wings, a top quality goalkeeper waiting to take Courtois' place if Courtois didn't perform. That's why Courtois is one of the best goalkeepers in the world right now, because he got that incentive to keep his starting spot, and now he's keeping it on merit. So that's just what I mean. I mean, you want the best out of your goalkeeper. You need him to perform week in, week out. You've got to make sure he knows he's not guaranteed his spot on that team sheet. And it's the same for anybody in our squad. I mean, the players playing every single week. You think, well, I'll tell you what, I'd prefer to see so-and-so in that position. You know what I mean? And another thing as well, a lot of our problems seem to stem from midfield and the ability to create from midfield or find someone to score the goals from midfield. I tell you, someone who could be doing an absolute job for us right now is Sean Rigg. But we allowed him to go off to start his tattoo business. We could have kept him for this. We could have said, look, wait till the end of the season. We need to use you for the rest of the season. Now, fulfill your contract, start your tattoo business at the end of it, because his contract was running out at the end of the season anyway. Why couldn't we have not kept him till the end of the season? Because right now, he could have been doing a job for us. I don't get it. Aaron Collins looks very good when he's got the ball at his feet, but why are they not giving him the ball more? You know, they're putting the ball up in the air. And I'm not being funny, but a hairy-ass League 2 defender is going to jump and beat Aaron Collins in the air every time. So why are we not playing the ball on the floor and playing it into his feet? Let him turn and skin some players. Because I tell you what, every time he turns and starts running at players, he's skinning them. Why not do that? We're lumping the ball forward, playing easy, ineffective football at the moment. But we wasn't doing that earlier in the season. We were playing the ball around. And when we did play the ball around, find the people on the wings in the space, get the overlap from the fullbacks. When we were doing that, we were winning football matches. At the moment, we're lumping the ball forward, but we're trying to pick a target man, and it's not working. It'll be funny, but Hammond, they're playing the ball over the top for him to chase. He can run, but he's not the fastest. He can jump, but he's not going to win every header. You know, he's not going to beat taller players in the air. So why are we lumping the ball forward, expecting him to pull miracles out of his ass? It's not going to happen. So at the end of the day, I don't want to be telling Flinny how to do his job. You know, I'm just a spectator, a support of the club. He's the one who orchestrated the Great Escape. He's the one who orchestrated the great start of the season that we had. Maybe that's why we're beating down a little bit, because he raised the bar so much and he's falling so far short of it right now. That's why people are getting at him at the moment. But at the end of the day, he's still the right man for the job in my eyes. So any talk of anybody mentioning any talk of him moving on, you know, absolutely out of their mind. Going through a blip at the moment. But the thing is, in the past, when we've looked at managers, because people are comparing it to Wesley, to Feeney, to Butcher. We've got to think, Butcher had a good team and he completely destroyed it and bred a relegation team. He had to go. Simple. But he didn't prove himself anyway before he came to us. I mean, he'd been sacked in other jobs in the past, and it was his name that got him the job with us. You look at Feeney. Feeney had a few good games, but ended the season poorly. He ended the season poorly, took it on at the new season, and started it pretty much worse than previous. So he didn't really prove himself as a manager for Newport. Not enough anyway. A couple of results he got, but not enough. Then you look at Wesley, who came in with a track record, but hadn't really proved himself lately. Sacked at Preston, sacked at Peterborough, only really did good at Stevenage. Came in and promised the world and delivered nothing but shit. So he didn't prove himself as a manager. Michael Flynn orchestrated one of the single greatest feats I think anyone has ever seen in football history in saving us from relegation. Then he started the season so well, so it was in him to put a winning football team together and win football matches. So I think we've got to keep our trust in him to be able to turn this around, because he turned around far worse last season. There's no real incentive. There's no saving yourself from relegation, and there's no chance of promotion. They could have been this season, but to be honest with you, as a club, can you honestly say we were ready for promotion if it did come about? Off the field, I don't think we were. And the thing is, the amount of times teams come crashing down from League One, past League Two and down into the conference is quite scary. So to be honest, I think enjoy the fact that we've done a lot better this season. Enjoy the fact that we went on a cup run and we've been pretty much spoilt with a win against Leeds and a home draw against Tottenham. You know, a good cup run this year. We've had some good games. We've had some good away trips. Let's just enjoy the rest of the season, regardless of the results. And the next season, that is when Flynn will be judged. He's had his first full season under his belt. He's got to get his pre-season right. And if he starts the season half as well as he started this one, then we could be on to another good season. So let's not get too hasty right now. But the criticism of the manager is merited, basically. So there we go. Anyway, 12 and a half minutes, you're never ever going to get back anyway. So I'll cut it off there. Thanks all for watching. Thanks all for the support. And like I said, hopefully you guys have basically seen more of these. All right. Thanks a lot. And until the next time, cheerio for now. And as always, up the county.